Right now, our audience primarily is engineering leaders. And outside of that, we end up with VP of products, CTOs, that kind of thing, where the money comes from that other side. Rather than for you guys, it's marketing. It's much easier for me to hire a vendor than our product team, for example.
The CTO, the tech lead, the VP of engineering that is turning to G2i for internal staffing. The last thing that those people want to do is share that staff with the marketing team.
Yeah.
That's the main point. You can solve pain points throughout the organization. Engineering is not just confined to core product and engineering teams. Ancillary teams also require engineers. That could be sales engineers. That's like somebody to help you configure your Salesforce engine. We do that. This is somebody, marketing engineer. We call these people MarTech engineers. So
Yep.
still a React front-end engineer. These are the guys that are navigating the first-party cookie change. That's like a big headache that core engineering doesn't even know about. These guys are like in .NET Core building their React product. They don't want to deal with their Google Tag Manager problems. They don't want to deal with your pixel installation or the banner needs a change or content management system needs an update. They don't want to do that. The last thing that a CTO wants to do is make a $250,000 hire and share 10% of that person's time with a different division. Is like, aren't you tired of sharing your resources internally with your marketing team? Don't you think you should recommend to the chief marketing officer, VP of digital, that they should get their own hire? Like, let's normalize engineers working for marketing divisions instead of just for technology division or product division. So this is like more of the marketing material that I think G2i can participate in, which is G2i can very easily staff the MarTech engineer as they could the Python engineer
Mhm.
for core product. So that's, I think, like other people that I'm hiring from G2i are attaching to marketing teams. They very easily could be hired by another shop and be attached to the core engineering team.
Mhm.
But I'm looking to staff and solve a marketing team problem with marketing engineers. I think a lot of engineers don't even know that they're marketing engineers. You're working in a React code base, you're solving hard problems, and does it really matter to an engineer as long as they have continuous work and are solving challenging problems? And a big difference is your effort is attached to company ROI. Versus if you're on a core team, your effort is not attached to ROI. It's attached to shipment dates and shipment frequency and tasks completed and things like that. Whereas a marketing engineer could ship the thing that generates $1 million for a business on a website. The majority of customers are coming to us right now for marketing team augmentation.
That's interesting because I've been in that situation of like, I just need an engineer
Sure.
because I'm not technical enough. And I'm just thinking whether the overlap here, almost educating the market on growth engineers and growth engineering. Engineers are always the furthest from the ROI unless you're a growth engineer. But the thing is, growth engineers can't exist in a vacuum.
This is right. You and me are the same. I'm a marketer. I'm a business development salesman. I'm a non-technical asset to the business.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, my partner, is full technical asset to the business. This problem that we've aimed to solve is born out of Mike's pain. He's worked for every type of business, whether it's an agency, in-house, unicorn startup, you name it, all these different types of businesses. And on the days that the marketing team has a campaign and didn't get resourcing available, Mike, based on his personality and skill set, would be selected to go and work for the marketing team to finish some project that he didn't want to do because he didn't get hired to do that. He got hired to ship valuable software. Nobody wants to be stolen from their job by another team to basically what feels like work for free. That's what it feels like. It's not the reality. You're still getting paid. You're a salaried employee. Like, you just do what your manager tells you to do at the end of the day. But it's the feeling, it's the emotional commitment that an engineer has to the core problem that they solve. And these folks are typically motivated by shipping. So you and me have this problem. We live and breathe this problem. And where am I getting the resourcing from? What needs to normalize for businesses is a dedicated individual to the marketing team. You're still writing code, you're still held to shipment, but now it's even more exciting. We talk about this as a digital project engineer, a growth engineer, MarTech engineer, all sorts of different buzzwords that we play with to try and capture the conversation. But now an engineer is tied to the success stories of the marketing team. So when a marketer pushes a campaign that generates X KPI, the hero is the engineer, not the guy that was dragged through the mud and then ran back to core engineering. That just like doesn't work great. So it's a long-term commitment to growth engineering, and marketing teams are starting to see I have something to do constantly. My backlog is a year long. Who's getting me out of that backlog? Why does my CMO and my CTO have to have a conflicting conversation all the time about resourcing? Why doesn't the CMO run their own engineering talent pool? The CTO has their own engineering pool, and they're separate. And in most cases, you've maybe seen this evolution. Engineering on the CTO side has product marketer, it's a technical marketer. On the marketing side, how come I don't have a marketing engineer? So you saw this happen on the technology side, which is a marketing stakeholder is embedded on the engineering side. Those are people responsible for user experience. Those are people for product roadmap, product engineering, product marketing, product management. It didn't happen yet on the marketing side. So that's where we're trying to fit in. And like I see it pretty clearly based on my career and the evolution of the problem. Marketing teams are starting to realize that they need dedicated resources. And for the right business, we're talking like massive budgets, like $1 million a month budgets. You can't find somebody for like 10 grand a month to be dedicated to hedging your $1 million a month bet. Like it's not worth it to have somebody on staff for 120 grand a year when you have a $12 million budget to manage. How does that make sense?